like for us to have a moment of silence for our friend and fellow public servant, Rod Wyman, and his family. Okay, I'll now call the meeting to order, and if you'd stand, we'll recite the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Mayor Kim Harrison Edwards.
Here.
Councilwoman Sherry Rogers.
Here.
Councilman John Stropelman.
Here.
Councilwoman Debbie Gump.
Here.
Councilman Adam Sims.
Here.
City Manager Joe Solberg.
Here.
Finance Manager Joyce Sprouse.
Here.
Fire Chief Jimmy Settle.
Here.
Police Chief Mike Posey.
Here.
Building and Code Officer Marty Lewis.
Here.
Public Works Mike Sarah.
Here.
Sanitary Board Director E. Evans. Here. Communications Laura Anderson.
Here. Under visitors section, we have Gary Hefner appearing for Lisa Putter. If you want to stand up at the podium, please.
Michael, Joe. I probably don't need mine.
Well, so it gets recorded for the YouTube. Playback, we have to.
Well, I'm Gary Hefner. I'm here representing, yes, you'd call it representing Lisa Butter about her street. Mountain Avenue, Mountain Street. And I'm sure some of you or most of you know where it's at. So she had a problem, which it's a terrible, terrible street anyway. But Lisa's up there at the end. I think there's a couple of houses, whether they're occupied or not, in the same place. But it's really, really, really bad shape. I brought it up to Mike a little over a year ago about it, when the city streets were getting paved and everything. But my gosh, this is terrible. We need to do something about it. I don't live in the city, but say I'm just sort of talking for Lisa, because she's a pretty good friend of mine. We went to school together. I'm here representing her. So as time went on, like I said, well, they're doing this and doing that, and we'll talk about it, we'll think about it. And did find out that JF Allen, I believe, said they wouldn't take a roller up there because it's steep. Which, understandable, I can buy that. And I thought it was supposed to be talked about within the last year. So before winter came, I contacted Mike again, and he said, well, it's going to be brought up council to see if it was working in the budget or whatever. So since then, over the winter, it's gotten worse, and with the last flood and everything that we had, it's probably, I didn't go up there since then, but it's probably, it hadn't got any better. It's not gonna fix itself. So I'm here asking for consideration to get it fixed. She doesn't need a blacktop city street with lines, a highway. She just needs patching. And just so she can get her car up there, which leads me to, she's had 2 cut tires and her exhaust system is broke on, which she has the receipts, and what I gather, she can be reimbursed for the damage because that's what's happened on that street. Now, if anybody wants to drive up there, I would love to go with you or just do it at will. It's not the ideal place, but if you're coming off the street, it drops off for the houses and homes that are laying below there. So not only does it need patch, and we're saying patch, all we need is some of the holes filled up with something. Maybe a guardrail or something would be a consideration to put up there to keep cars from going over into the houses that's down below. So I'm sure, does anybody not know where that street is?
I'm not familiar with where it is.
Well, at the city building, there used to be I don't know whether Shriners are still there on that corner. You've got a chiropractor on the right, and that hill goes straight up, and then there's almost a 90 at the top.
Mm-hmm.
So it's close right there.
Okay.
It's just a big hill in front of the Cannon Club.
Yeah,
Okay, I know where it is.
yeah. But I don't know what's involved. I know there's a little money involved. I know that a blacktop organization, whatever, if it's too steep for that, that's fine. But I know there's city workers, you have a city truck. And I know you can get blacktop. I priced some, cold patch 50-pound bags down at Jane Little Home Center just to see. They were like $25 a bag. I don't know how many bags it would take, because I didn't go back up and actually measure the holes and see what it would take. But I think with a little bit of money and some shoveling and raking and run over with a truck would be much appreciated by one of your city residents that's been here forever.
Your board too, have you,
I drove up there, when you filed the complaint, on there,
Okay,
and it was bad then. I can only imagine now that the rain hit and how much has done. When it comes, of course, you know, I brought Mike into it, and it's gonna be like, we have to see where, private property lines are, where they cross there, on how far we can go up. With our department to fix the, you know, to patch the holes. So that's what we're gonna do, and see where
meaning how far the street goes before it ends.
you know, from, Mrs. Putter's property
Mhm.
to our actual street. You know, what turns into her driveway, what turns into our street. So that's what they'll look at. And then, you know, if there's something we can do, we would definitely, you know, we'd be more than happy to help with
Well,
that.
like I say, it's been over a year since I sort of got involved, so whatever you can do to expedite that information would be great, you know, relay it to her, or she can relay it to me.
Yeah.
That's possible,
I can do that.
but, yeah, that's really well worded here.
Okay.
so.
You know where I'm talking about then, as far as,
Yeah,
You
I
go
drove
over and
all,
turn
I drove
around?
all the way up to the house. Because I was going to see if I could meet with her and let her know that I was up there, because I know she's the only house there, and I didn't want some stalker up there driving around.
Yeah.
So I was gonna introduce myself and, yeah, right. But no, I know what you're talking about.
you know what I'm talking about, when you're coming back down, where it's just so much to
Right.
me. There's homes that sets right down over there.
Yeah.
So,
Yep.
just something else to look at.
Right.
I mean,
And
we're not asking to spend a fortune.
Right.
You know, just need it fixed so her culvert.
Yeah.
Please, and she'd actually needs. I know there's some way, somehow you go through that process of papers you fill out for reimbursement for that, but. You know. Her car's a normal little car, and so, yeah, it's doing damage. Her parents can't even come up to the hill to see her, so.
I'll make another drive up there. I mean, I knew it was bad before, and I could only imagine the rain now, but I'll go up there, this evening if it's still daylight, or tomorrow.
Yeah.
And just look at it, take some pictures. Like I said, we're just gonna see where her private property is meeting to our, you know, city road, to what we can work with,
Yeah.
and then we'll go from there. And then I can definitely keep her updated, or if she wants me to call you, it's,
Just keep, you know,
Okay.
let her know.
Okay.
I mean, that's.
I can do that.
Yeah.
And then you'll work in tandem with Joe and Michael and.
Yeah, yeah.
I mean, I know there's right way, wrong way, Band-Aids and everything else, so.
Right.
The thing probably needs ditched, dug up, resurfaced and all that. Really not why I'm here to help her, it's just fill in the dang on holes, so that's it.
Yep.
Anything else?
Thank you very much for coming.
And I'll keep her,
Appreciate it.
and I'll keep her updated.
I appreciate it.
Thank you, sir. Bless you.
Thank you.
Yes, thank you, but she asked if you could consent, just.
Oh, okay, sure. So next we have the approval of minutes, from the regular session on May 4th.
Move to approve as disclosed.
I'll second.
It's been moved and second. Any discussion on the minutes? Hearing none, all in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries. Next are reports of boards, commissions, and outside agencies. Landmarks Commission will meet Thursday, the 11th at 4:30 PM. The Planning Commission is Wednesday, the 24th of June at 4 PM. Board of Parks and Rec, Friday, June the 8th at 3:30 PM. The EDA will meet the 24th at 5 PM. Tree Commission, June 25th at 4 PM. Arts Council, Tuesday, June 9th at 6. Land Reuse Agency, the 22nd at 5. Neighborhood Watch, this coming weekend, the 6th, at from 1 to 3 is the picnic cover dish at Lewis County Park. And Solid Waste Authority, July 15th at 6:30 PM. And we still have vacancies to be filled, so if you can think of anyone at all who might be appropriate to fill in those positions, please let Joe know at the city building. Next, sanitary board report.
I've been told that there may or may not be a ball game that some people here may or may not watch. That may or may not have started at 6 o'clock, so that's short. You all do have my report in the packet, so I won't, go into that so much as just to give you some of the financials for the month of May. Fire fees were $30,921.38. Utility tax for the city is $1,865.90. Stormwater fees were $3,243.25. And we contributed to our pump replacement fund at $5,004 and our R&R fund at $5,402.72. And we put into our SB 234 fund $15,257.29. And for May, we billed $253,866.53 and collected $216,109.04. So collections were pretty much on mark this month. Other than that, we did hire 2 people. One of them is a class 2 operator. He started today, and then we hired another individual who has had some experience down at the treatment plant, and he starts tomorrow morning. So we're gaining ground there.
Who did you hire?
At the plant for today, it was Jeff Hamilton, the class 2 operator at Summerville for about 7 years. And then Brent Ramsberg came back to work for us to start tomorrow. We do have a bid opening on June the 8th at 4:30 at the city building. You guys are all invited to that if you'd like to come to that. And our meeting is next Monday at 4:30. Actually, that one on June the 4th is at 2 o'clock is the bid opening. And our meeting is June the 8th at 4:30.
Any questions for Dee? Well, you guys really want to see that game.
Thank you.
Thanks, Dee. Okay, next finance manager.
Gonna ask for consideration of transfer from general fund to vacant structure fund in the amount of $7,987.50.
Okay. I'll entertain a motion to approve $7,987.50 to transfer from general fund to vacant structure.
I'll make a motion to transfer $7,987.50 from the general fund to the vacant structure fund.
I'll second it.
We have a motion and a second. Any discussion? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries.
We also have consideration of transfer from stormwater fund to general fund in the amount of $1,138.80.
Is this reimbursement for work performed?
Yeah, we've got a central supply invoice here. We did some stormwater work on North River when we were preparing for the new paving. And this is reimbursement of those expenses.
And you want that moved from general fund to?
From stormwater fund, we paid it out of general fund, so we're reimbursing it from storm.
So you want it paid from general fund?
to stormwater.
From stormwater to general.
Oh, damn.
You're reimbursing.
I'll move to, transfer $1,138.86 from the general fund. From stormwater to, sorry, from the stormwater fund to the general fund.
I'll second.
It's been moved and seconded. Any discussion? All in favor, say aye. All opposed? Motion carries. Next, approval of expense check detail report. If anybody has any questions for Joyce?
Yeah, I have some questions.
Okay.
There is an expense for $256 to Barrett Company, for recreational supplies. Begins on the first page and goes down to the second page.
Garrett. I'm gonna take a stab at it, but I will get the invoices to get back to you with a valid answer later. This is probably related to, we're putting electrical services at the park so that we can hang cameras. And so they're being built, the Parks and Rec supplies, materials and supplies, when we're having to pick stuff up. Marty, do you think that's probably right?
How much was in that?
Yeah, 256.
That's about right. Poles.
Yeah, two electric poles. So I'll pull the invoices and make sure that's right, but that's probably utility poles so we can take cameras.
Okay. Then down on page 3 of the report, there's an expense to Mountain State Waste in the amount of $2,052, for code enforcement and trash removal.
So I
Is
think
that,
this was I'm gonna take a stab at this one too, and I'll check and get back to you. But I think this was probably the cost of, the spring cleanup,
okay,
but that gets reimbursed later.
okay, that's what I was
Solid waste.
wondering, and if that's what that was for, if there was gonna be a reimbursement.
Yeah, so they only, the solid waste authority is only gonna reimburse for, is it $2,500? And total, I think the spring cleanup out of pocket costs us, I'm gonna ballpark and say 3,300. So there was maybe up to about, say, $1,000 out of pocket expense to the city for that. I can get you this.
Okay. And then the last one on here that I have a question about, $440 to Pace Shredding.
Yeah, I think we were paying past due bills on that one. So are you familiar with Pay Shredding?
No, I'm not. That's
Okay. They're a group out of Morgantown that performs confidential shredding. They actually, they employ like handicapped people to do the shredding and stuff, and then give you a certificate of shredding. So we have a schedule that we follow from the state auditor's office. You shred personnel records after this many years, you shred this after that, you shred. And so periodically we do purchase of documents. And I think, when we had done a purge of police documents, it ended up in, I don't know how many 55-gallon drums of papers that were sent to be purged, but then they take it, shred it, and then they give us a certificate to show that they shredded the confidential information. So properly disposed of. And then I think, just to be fully transparent, I think what happened there was, we did that last summer. And then they reached out to us a couple of like last month, said, hey, you got some outstanding bills you haven't paid. So those were the bills from a long purging of confidential documents.
so it's more document than basically what city employees can handle.
Yeah, how many, because you did some purging.
We did a lot of purging when we moved from the other office too, and it was just.
Yeah, I mean, if you imagine a 55-gallon trash can.
Yeah.
We probably purged 20 of those.
20 or more.
Okay.
Summer.
Yeah.
Thank you, Joe. These, and
Any other questions about the check detail?
What on page 6, the JPW graphics, 1,320, what, I'm sure it was for signage, what was that signage? Banners for,
On Main. The fourth.
oh, the 4th of July, okay, I have questions about this later.
Any other questions? I'll entertain a motion to approve the expense detail report.
I'll make a motion to approve the expense check detail report as presented.
I'll second it.
It's been moved and second. Any discussion? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Thank you, Joyce.
Thank you.
Public Works Department.
Well, my report is in your all's packet. And I owe Mr. Posey an apology on that, on number 3 there. If y'all wanna look at that, I apologize. I'll let you read it instead of me saying out what it is, and I speak into the mic, and evidently I probably need to start speaking more fluently. But anyway. But it is, okay. But, that's all I have other than that. We did get the North River stuff all done, in which you all can see the blacktopping. We started on some of the painting lines, and today we was out on a lot of handicap parking spots. And I think if we get a little bit more help, I think maybe next couple of days, I think we're looking for some tips. We're going to start painting some of the curbs and stuff. And then we'll get back onto that, and I do apologize for the thing down here on Bank Alley that I told you we'd probably be starting on that, but to be honest with you, we have been really super busy, and then I've been shorthanded with people. And it's a little tough to do it when you don't have the people to work with, but it looks like since we've got plant pretty well taken care of, I think that's going to ease up on us a little bit. And then we have a couple other people we need to put in place. I think we'll see that. Hopefully we get that done between now and the 4th of July celebration. I'll beat myself up if we can get that done.
You get the black paint for the bollards in Bank Alley.
So what's that?
Those black posts in Bank
Oh,
Alley,
yeah,
we can get that knocked out for you. Ray has that paint.
okay, oh, yeah, okay. We were talking about that today.
Yeah,
Please do.
and we'd like to have that done before the 4th of July, so as soon as you get that, let me know and I'll put a work crew together.
That's all I have.
I did want to ask about the pavers on Bank Alley, right there at the corner of Farnsworth. It looks like some work was done there on the utility pole, and those pavers are knocked out. And it looks like it.
At the back corner,
At the what?
at the back corner where we put that electrical service,
Yeah,
we're gonna end up, in fact, Mike and I walked all that again today, but we're gonna end up having to pull out some more of those pavers to run conduit, dig a ditch, run conduit, put the pavers and stuff all back in there. So we're not finished here yet. We have the service,
oh,
but we
okay.
have to run the circuits to run the lights yet. We gotta come up Bank Alley and split and go both ways.
Okay,
And just letting you know, Marty and I did go through Main Street today, and it looks like we're moving not really super big pace here for the changing of the electric on Main Street, but then once we get that done, there's a lot of work that we have to do to get our Christmas lights up and get the other lights up and everything, so there's a lot of work on that street that needs to be done.
The street sweep, function on that.
Oh, yeah, okay, I think it's still, I can get to the job myself.
Okay, thank you.
all right, does anyone have questions for Mike?
Yeah, Mike, Joe, where are we on getting the handicap sign installed in front of Tom Linger's house?
We pulled a 811 on it Friday, and we're going to paint that tomorrow, and I had the sign to put up, but I can't grab the post in the ground till make sure we're cleared with no the underground cables and stuff like that there.
Okay,
We're moving with it.
sounds great. Thank you.
Yes.
Anything else? All right, thank you, Mike.
Thank you.
Police Department,
I just have a report. You can let your people know larcenies are on the rise. I'll look forward to another car. Yes.
Does anyone have any questions for Chief Posey? Okay, thank you. Next, building code zoning.
Give me the 10 minutes.
Oh, fire department, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Yeah, my report, the EMS runs was down a little bit, just due to staffing issues. You had the issues that I addressed. I think me and Joe's gonna work on some of them pretty soon. I think. I would like to have a discussion, maybe a work session or something with future, the fire department, the EMS agencies, to see what your all's opinions are.
Yes, I noted your last paragraph in your report, and I have talked to Joe, and I think that hopefully the issue with the retirement system will work itself out in time. It sounds like since we weren't really aware when we started up about what we needed to do, we're now kind of at the mercy of the system. So I understand Joyce is bugging those people at least twice a week to try to get some movement on that. So I guess I don't know what to tell you there, other than we'll just continue the efforts.
It's just hard to hire anybody, but I don't think we don't have a clear view of what
I
we're.
understand.
So nobody wants to come to work when there's no retirement system for them or anything, so. Just make it really rough. I don't know
Yeah.
which way to go forward, and how to move forward with it.
And I think after you and Joe meet on those other issues, certainly if you would like to have a work session with council to talk about substation and future needs of the fire department and the EMS, I think that would be appropriate.
I've kind of never met with him a little bit this evening. We talked about a few
Okay.
issues. That's another figured out. We'll sit there and we'll hash out the rest of it, whatever we want. So, it'll be-
Well, you've done a wonderful job, especially recognizing the need with the EMS. And we certainly want to do all we can.
It's just getting rough. It's burning our guys out, having to cover some of it, burning me out. I'm just stoned, so.
Really? I
Yeah.
couldn't tell.
It's rough.
Understandably so.
Then we have, last week was super busy with all the flooding and stuff, so it was just,
Yeah.
all the guys were nonstop.
Any questions for Chief Settle?
Have we been getting payments from the VA yet?
They're still working on that issue too.
Okay.
Wow.
Thank you.
AIM.gov, it's in Joe's hands, so.
In Region 17, that's that.
Well, I saw that our entity was approved again, so I don't know what that's all about.
Yeah, everything on our side says it's going right. Region 7 walked me through it step by step. It said it was right, and then it still kicked it back. So
Okay.
at this point, I said, I will pay you all whatever it takes. Region 7, you handle it.
All right.
There's a little over $18,000 sitting there for, I don't know how long it'll sit there before they. Say, you know, we get it.
How long have we been trying to rectify this situation? I like the new sheet. 6-7 months.
Maybe, yeah. Kim has tried, I have tried. Region 7 has walked us.
And we have made the correction.
Yeah.
We did at least twice in Sam's, the government entity, but for some reason it reverts back to a defunct account number, which it shouldn't. So Region 7, they have Peggy Ball on staff, and she's like their czar for SAM.gov. So we're hoping that with whatever magic she's performing, that it'll finally work. But other than her, there's really no one to turn to.
Yeah, that's been part of the issue is Sam has disconnected all of their support lines. There's no more customer service that you can call or reach out to. You gotta have a Peggy Ball somewhere, who knows what's going on. Peggy's. I'm not gonna estimate how close she is to retirement, but it's scary to think what's gonna happen if there's no support for that stuff out there and Peggy's retired.
Yeah, she's quite good.
The rest of the building's been coming in first. I mean, that funding we've got collected in is probably within the last 5 months. So I mean, it's within the first year. Pretty well profitable, I think.
So we need employees, right?
So we're gonna need more employees. It's gonna slow down a little bit for a while. I got guys on vacation and stuff like that. Like I was going last week and I think we turned down 6 runs last week.
Okay.
It makes it rough. You have a 911 call, you don't have to make a single.
Any questions for Chief Settle? Thank you. Thank you. And now building codes and, sorry.
I think pretty much everything's in the report there. There were a few last minute permits, so permits are actually closer to like $1,900. Coming in. We have had it right there at the very last couple of days of the month. After it. Other than that, I think everything else is in there. We'll try to work, I guess, you will. I appreciate it.
What's the next update on Depot Street?
Do I?
Update on Depot Street?
They're done with the portion that we were demolishing. The next step is we need to get in there and put some, house wrap. We need to brace that upstairs wall. And then we need to put some house wrap on there so that it keeps the weather off what's remaining. And then we need to get some like brownfields funding or something to be able to rehab the rest of the building into whatever we decide to use it on.
You're talking about the first building?
When we tore down the big long one was about to fall down and took fly bridge off of River Top. So where that fly bridge ends, coming from the other building, we need to secure that weather, with the house wrap so that it keeps the rain off of it. And then on the portion, the single story portion that came across the back and tied into the big 2-story, we need to put the house wrap and stuff across there too. There's the windows and doors have been, there's plywood and 2x6s and stuff across those to try and limit how many people break into the building. And the police have been paying some special attention to it too. I've actually implored some of the neighbors down there to help us keep an eye. I said, you're here all the time. I'm not. I said, if you see something, call 911.
I would like to know eventually what is our plan for Depot, because when I originally brought it up to council, it was not to refurbish it. Would you like to see that in a work session? What is our plan for them? Okay. I wanted something for the youth and for the community.
I was hoping that we can at least be a good neighbor as the city and the shrubs in front of that one building and the grass, maybe tidy that up a little bit.
Well, I think Trinity and Billy were over there, and they cut a couple of walnut trees out of that, and they trimmed those bushes and stuff
Okay.
back, and they ran the weed eater across that track.
Okay, great. It was last week that I
That
looked
was
at it.
If it's a flowers in
Last
the
Tuesday, I
box.
think it was.
Any questions for Marty? Okay, thank you. Next, city attorney report. You have anything, Sam?
I just wanted the council to know that with regard to the Callahan case that's going on, I've been very pleased with Tiffany Ferris, our new counsel on that. I received an email today that she has fast tracked that with the court. They're going to give us a schedule. Hopefully get that expedited and move on. The other thing is, and I can't get into the details of it, but upon my recommendation and Tiffany's, we were able to secure approval from the insurance company to have an engineer hired at the expense of the insurance company to investigate the property and get the conclusions on that. So that's a big thing for the city also to get that done. I just want you to know it's gonna progress now and we're gonna get there.
Thank you. Community development communications.
Hello, so just a few updates, farmer's market Friday night, we had a really good turnout and, everyone seemed to have a great time. We originally, like on Friday, when I did my report, we had 5,263 followers. After the live and all the attention we got from the, farmer's market, we're up to 5,323. So Saturday, there's a lot of things happening in town. The number one thing I really hope that everyone can attend is the bridge dedication ceremony on June the 6th at 10 a.m. at the new bridge across from Mephilia Cemetery. And we're dedicating this bridge to a Lewis County resident, Sergeant Major Pringle, who was determined MIA in 1968. And around 20 of his family members are going to be in town for this. I've contacted the VA and our counselor and a few other representatives around and invited them out for this ceremony. The band will not be able to be there, but the honor guard is expected to be there unless a funeral does happen. So that's a really big thing. And then there will be a small reception at the Mountaineer Military Museum immediately following that. And then June 6th is also free fishing weekend. So, you know, there might be some kids out fishing in town, which is awesome. I love to see that. And then also on June the 6th, from 2 to 4 p.m. during Hallow Spring, we're going to be hosting Weston Has Talent. We're up to 9 people who have signed up to participate in this. From magicians to dancing, we've got a couple of cheerleading groups that are coming and some singing. And then like to thank Councilman Droppelman for decorating the city building. That was a really nice surprise going into the city building this morning and seeing all the decorations. Ray has black paint.
Oh, okay.
He
thank
has some black paint that I provided to Lewis County first. And then also, I've been working with the hospital and the Lewis County Heart Society on the 5K run for July 4th. We've already got folks signed up for that. And we're also doing a 1K color run for kids, you know, between 4 and 12 years old. So that's something else that I'm really looking forward to.
What times are those?
The 5K starts at 9 a.m. and the color run is at 11.
And that is at the asylum.
Yes, the color splash is gonna happen at the riverfront, or the River Street parking lot, so that way they don't get color all over the asylum, because they will be open for business. They were very generous to let us use that track, and we'll have some police out there and folks out there to make sure that everyone is safe and traffic is slowed down, because the end, they'll be running around in front of the asylum on the track, and then the color splash, they will cross River Street, and then go into the parking lot where the finish line is, and that's where the color splash will.
For the bridge ceremony, the DOH officials, will they be there as well?
I'll get hold of JJ. I put in the application for it to be closed down, so, and they've already confirmed that they are working on the signs, or like the smaller signs for family. The family had requested 4 signs. One's going to go at the military museum, and then the rest of them will be for the family.
Okay, and then you and Joe have a program put together?
Not yet.
Okay.
We'll work on that.
Chad Bourne is the one over the bridges at the DOH district, not JJ, the streetlights.
Okay.
Where's the Weston have talent? Is it with the
It'll
Holly
be-
Springs?
Yes, it'll
Okay.
be like on the middle school athletic field. And unfortunately, the middle school bleachers are not going to be able to be used this summer. So that's due to some issues they've filled. So they blocked everything off. So bring a chair to come.
Oh, that's a big day, neighborhood watch.
Oh, yeah, and the neighborhood watch picnic as well. I think the chamber is also having an event as well. So there's a lot happening on that day, so.
We need a citywide calendar, so we got some overscheduled.
That weekend always seems to be jam-packed, that first weekend in June.
Thank you, Laura.
Thank you.
City clerk.
Well, my report numbers are in your packet. And I am beginning to, start on the municipal fees. And I'll try to get those out the 1st of July, or at least mid-July. There's probably 3,000 hand-done bills that need to be prepared.
I'll get on board, right?
We'll put an effort to it.
And city manager's report.
I'll try to keep this a little short. There are a couple of things I want to emphasize, though. Kim, you mentioned that we have a lot of open positions on boards and committees and commissions. And one of the things that I think we need to really put some emphasis on is the need to fill the Board of Zoning Appeals. Recently, we had a planning commission meeting, and I think some of the commentary from WVU Law Clinic was there to remind us of the importance of the BZA and the role the BZA has. It is very important that we keep that filled. So if you have recommendations for volunteers on that board, we really need them.
We have a pending application too.
What is it?
We have a pending application for BCA too.
Oh, do we? Oh, we have a pending application for a BZA hearing.
Yeah.
We can't call a hearing right now because we don't have enough members to make a forum.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, so we are in desperate need of BZA members especially.
Hey, Joe.
Yeah.
Does a person need to be a resident in the city to be a member of that?
Yeah.
For 3 years.
Yep.
Yeah.
For
Have
3
been a
years?
resident for 3 years.
Okay.
Yeah, like I said, we could talk about it more another time, but the BZA interacts with zoning. The zoning is one of the most important things we have in terms of enforcement. So we just need to make sure that board gets filled with good, strong people and that they can handle what they can handle. I think one of the things WVU Law Clinic implicitly made clear, if you agree with me in their text, was that the council is not the BZA. So we can't be using the
Yes.
council to make BZA decisions because the BZA is not, we need to get BZA from. That is the only option we have. Because sometimes with other boards, committees and commissions, if they fail to make a decision, the council can make a decision on their behalf. This is not one of those. We need them to be present and be strong. Just to emphasize that, we did hire a few folks. We've got a few interviews tomorrow. But still, if you know anybody interested in temp work over the summer, we need anybody you can send us. I am going to I'm not going to ask you to schedule it tonight because I need to work out a time with the city attorney so he can be there, but I am going to ask you to schedule a work session for later in June. The primary driver is I brought up to you before that we need to do something about our charter and getting our elections in sync with the county. And we said we would deal with that after budget season was over. So now we're after budget season, but now we're in the run to the end of the fiscal year. But once the new fiscal year starts, that comes with a whole fresh new set of challenges. So I want to try to get a work session on the calendar in June before the fiscal year ends and deal with those charter issues. And then also talk about some of which you heard tonight, the future of the fire department, where we might have substations. Jimmy has another meeting this week that I think is going to be telling on the future of the fire department as well. And then also it's been brought up that it's time to have another meeting where we simply set the goals for the city. Where we sit together with a big book chart of paper and talk about what the overarching goals are. I think we need to do that, and then we can certainly include the DOH into that discussion as well. Other than that, I've got a few things later on the agenda to discuss with you. Any other questions?
Okay, I've asked it just about every meeting, budgets. Do we have the, like, budgets ready that, so they know what they have left in this fiscal year since it's coming to a close?
Yeah, so we are very close to that, but I think, and I've communicated this to them. They're gonna have fresh budgets on July 1. And we're gonna be able to keep up with it from there. I've been candid about it before. Joyce has been working very hard to catch up the work that I got behind on, just trying to do everything. She's still not caught up, and it's not her fault. It's because there's a lot of work there to do. But starting in July, I think we're gonna be good to go.
Oh, because you can't run a business like this, and the city gives a business and itself, so we gotta have those budgets.
I think for the most part, you and the department heads have been good about knowing that you're
Well, I mean,
not over.
I've not been able to answer, I've not been able to. There's no question they've asked me, I've not been able to answer. The challenge, I won't go over the challenges again because we've been through it several times. But when they're asking if they have needs, one, I don't think there's any reasonable need I've ever turned down. But then two, if they say, can we swing this? I can still pull up where the budget's at and have a pretty good reasonable idea, even without the reconciliations complete, where we're at, whether or not we can afford it. So I'm not aware of any time someone's asked me a question about it that I've not been able to give.
And I appreciate your question and concern, but I don't want to create any concern that's alarming.
No,
It
no, I
isn't
just-
there. Yeah,
I've asked it just every meeting, I think.
sure.
This is the last one I've asked for. Because it's such a meeting in July, whatever that month it is.
Okay, anything else for Joe? I'll entertain a motion to approve all city department reports.
I move to approve.
I'll second.
It's been moved in second. Any discussion? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carried. Next, under old business, consideration of second reading of ordinance 2026-05, the update of the sewer use ordinance. And this would be the second reading by title only.
Page 59. I'm looking for the. Production. I mean, you have the first reading, or second reading, of ordinance 2026-05. By title only.
Is there a second?
I'll second it.
It's been moved and second. Any discussion? We'll have voting by roll call.
Councilwoman Sherry Rogers.
Yes.
Councilman Josh Droppman.
Yes.
Councilwoman Debbie Gump.
Yes.
Councilman Adam Sin.
Yes.
Alright. I'm gonna be reading under the introduction area. An ordinance regulating the use of public and private sewers and drains, private wastewater disposal, the installation and connection of building sewers, and the discharge of water and waste into the public sewer systems, and providing penalties for violations thereof.
I'll entertain a motion to accept ordinance 2026-05, the second reading by title only.
I'll move to accept the second reading of ordinance 2026-05 by title only.
There's a second.
I'll second it.
Okay, it's been moved in second. Any discussion? Voting by roll call.
Councilwoman Sherry Rogers.
Yes.
Councilman Josh Grobbleman.
Yes.
Councilwoman Debbie Thump.
Yes.
Councilman Adam Sims.
Yes.
Okay, motion carries. Next, consideration of second reading of ordinance 2026-06, updating the B and O ordinance, clarifying definitions and economic nexus.
I'll move to approve the second reading of ordinance 2026-06 by title only.
I'll second.
You'll move to have the second reading,
Yes.
is that correct?
Yes, that's what I said. So
Okay, so we have a motion and a second to have that second reading by title only. Any discussion? Voting by roll call.
Councilwoman Sherry Rogers.
Yes.
Councilman Josh Grobbleman.
Yes.
Councilwoman Debbie
Yes.
Thump. Councilman Adam Sims.
Yes.
Motion carries.
Ordinance 26-06, update B and O ordinance, clarifying definitions and economic nexus.
Yeah, we entertain a motion to accept the second reading of that ordinance by title only.
I'll make a motion to accept the ordinance 2026-06, updating the B and O ordinance, clarifying the definition and economic nexus.
second.
It's been moved and second. Any discussion? Voting by roll call.
Councilwoman Sherry Rogers.
Yes.
Councilman Josh Grobbleman.
Yes.
Councilwoman Debbie Thump.
Yes.
Councilman Adam Sims.
Yes.
Okay, next under new business, consideration of payment to Steptoe and Johnson in the amount of $8,575. Council is being asked to consider this because it's over the limit that the city manager can approve.
And I'll just add to that, you'll notice a lot of that is related to annexation. So the good news is, Steptoe made a lot of progress on the project in the past month. The bad news is they built it for us. So, but the good news is, it'll be worth it more.
I'll move to approve.
Is there a second?
I'll second.
It's been moved and second. Any discussion? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries. Next, consideration of donation of $500 to hospice care.
Yeah, so occasionally, the council will hear from folks, who ask to make a donation to a nonprofit, for a particular cause in the community. In this case, I guess this is me coming to you and asking you to consider a $500 donation to WVU Hospice Care. Recently, Rod Wyman, who was a resident of the city and a champion for the city, passed away. And in his obituary, it was asked that folks would consider supporting either Lewis County First or WVU Hospice Care. I know we have a lot of entanglement with Lewis County First, and that's why I'm asking you, in memory of Rod Wyman, please consider making a $500 donation to WVU Hospice Care, a nonprofit hospice corporation that served him in his last days.
I move to approve. I'll second.
It's been moved and second. Any discussion? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries. Next, consideration of the first reading of an ordinance regulating smoking and the use of tobacco products within city parks and
move-
recreation
Move the
areas.
table to work session.
I would recommend tabling that and conferring with Parks and Recreation as well.
I'll second it.
Any discussion? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Okay, next, consideration of the first reading of an ordinance establishing regulations for chronic nuisance properties. And I understand that we're requesting to table that.
I'm gonna request that you table this. We only just got this ordinance ready last week. And I think the chief of police would like some more time to work through it. And then we'd like to maybe sit down. This is largely dovetailed off the town of Milton's ordinance. And we're gonna see if we can streamline it a little bit more than the system.
I'll make a motion to table ordinance 2026-08.
I'll second.
It's been moved and second. Any discussion? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries. Well, we're working right along. Reports of city council. We'll start with Ward 1.
Thank you. I would just like to thank everyone who came out tonight to, the Federal City Council meeting. We really appreciate you being here. And I'd also like to appreciate all of the hard work that our staff does. Everyone works very hard as a team and accomplish the workload and amount accomplished is amazing, and I really appreciate each and every one of you. Thank you.
Okay, Ward 2.
I'd just like to thank Mike's team during the cloud burst of spring 2026. They were out there in the rain. I was lucky I was working from home that day, and they were out there digging in the ditch, pulling up grates, getting the water where it needs to be. So I appreciate them for doing that. Everyone else, we're all a team. We all have to be here to make the city, run smoothly. I just appreciate it. I can't elaborate on what Sherry said. We appreciate all you do. We might not pick out individual things, but from financing to sanitary to city clerk to fire department, EMS, everyone. We're all a team. You all do a great job. Appreciate it.
Ward 3.
Ward 3. I didn't get a mic tonight, so I'm just gonna wait.
Oh, no.
We'll give you all of them.
Let's forget I'm a teacher. I have a teacher voice. Again, I'd like to also thank the staff. I wanted to go back a little bit. So there's a couple things I had written down and I forgot to mention. One is cemetery. I had a complaint with Philia Cemetery that they're mowing the front, mowing the back and the sides, but they're not getting the middle. And they have pictures of that. So if we could reach out to our mower there and make sure they get the internal parts done as well. I mean, the back, the front, sides look great. We got to also make sure we get that middle section. So I appreciate that. I also want you to know that number 7 on my list, so thanks for me to remember that I forgot, was work session. I think it's important that we sit down as a council, especially with our newbies here, and set those goals we want to see for the future of Weston. And I commend past council and Randy and Sherry and Herb and Stephen that we got a lot of the past ones accomplished and worked a lot of stuff off, and the staff helped to do that as well. As we go into the 4th of July 250th celebration, I want to encourage our residents to get Old Glory out and fly our flags, be proud of our nation. I know there's a lot of division in our country right now, but that is not who we are as Americans. As Americans, we know our past. We know the men and women who have sacrificed for our country, that we have the freedoms that we have today. And it's through those efforts that we have the right to question and make suggestions to our government, for you guys to come here tonight and make suggestions to us to make sure we're doing what we're supposed to do. And God forbid that we ever lose the rights that we have in this country. So I encourage you all to get that patriotism out. I love our country. I love our community. I love our city. I love the people that are my community. And I stress that to my students when I teach them. Your vote is your greatest power. And so many people take that vote for granted. And 250 years ago, Thomas Jefferson, with the help of 4 others, I'm not going to name them, I'm not going to give you history lessons today. I could. Well, there's the he wrote the greatest breakup letter in all of the world. And it's called the Declaration of Independence. And the men, our founding fathers, who put their name on that document, if it had gone the other way, they all would have come together. And it was pretty much paraphrasing Benjamin Franklin, either we die together or we hang separate. We need to get together here in this country. And we need to support each other. And we need to support our veterans.
You're
This
good.
is so worth it. And there's a group, and I know the city has a wonderful celebration plan for the 4th. But there's a group that has been meeting, some of them are here tonight. To try to schedule things throughout that week so that we can share that patriotism with each other. We have children's events scheduled, we have events to honor our veterans. And we just want you guys to come out and enjoy those. They're free of charge, guys. We're footing the bill for that. The volunteers of this organization that just popped up are footing the bill because we want you to celebrate our independence, celebrate our history, and come together as Americans.
If there's anything that any of us can do to help out with the planning or the festivities, that make sure that we all get that information.
Josh, our next meeting is next Sunday.
Wendy's,
Wendy's,
7 o'clock.
7 o'clock. We're supporting our
On
local businesses
Sunday.
as well when we meet
Okay.
at 7 o'clock. And we have, we're gonna kick off with a freedom walk on Sunday, starting at the Military Museum, going to the courthouse.
Lighting the torch.
Lighting up the torch, the freedom plane. So, I mean, there's just a lot of things that we
We're
have.
still doing the fireman's beauty pageant?
No.
Well, unfortunately, we had no participants to sign up for that pageant.
Can't imagine.
Lack of education.
Thursday, there will be a Veterans Appreciation Night with conjunction with the military or with the Museum of American Flags, letting us use their facilities, and we're gonna honor all of our veterans with a meal and cake and let them speak a little bit, share their experiences. But we'll get that out. Josh is gonna, our council and Dropman is going to make a nice little flyer for that.
Thank you, Debbie.
I'm sorry.
Follow up with that speech.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say, Deb, you are a very tough act to follow, so thank you for putting me in this position. No, I just, want to thank all the, city officials and all the city employees for all the work that you guys, constantly do and put in to make Weston a better place. Want to thank the fire department and the police department, all the men and women that they've got working overtime to try to keep everything running smoothly. Do appreciate all their efforts. Look forward to this summer and everything that the city has going on. Encourage all the residents of Weston, Lewis County and the surrounding counties, please come out, enjoy our festivities. Come enjoy yourself in Weston. Other than that, there's a very important baseball game on right now, so I'm gonna say, let's go Mountaineers.
Before you adjourn. You done?
Yeah.
Okay. I forgot to mention about the planning commission. I think it's really important to let this group know that the planning commission met and reviewed the audit that the WVU Law Clinic put together on zoning issues. And those were a compilation of some that city employees and council have noted as concerns in the last year. So we have a plan moving forward, but now we need to get back with the law clinic for them to firm up the revisions that they're going to recommend to the planning commission and then to the council for those zoning matters. And I just wanted to offer a reminder to Joe to set that up, the meeting with Christy DeMuth and include Marty, because a lot of those are applicable to what he does. And then we will look forward to hearing about a work session date from you, Joe. And thanks again, everybody.
Yeah.
So I'd just like to dedicate my past little speech to Rod Wyman. I think he'd be proud of me.
I think you would.
Well, that I'll motion to adjourn.
Second.
Been moved in second. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries.
Okay, this request is for meeting, so even the 8th through the 12th is Community Health Improvement Week. The school of the department asked that, we take a picture of this. I kind of came up with. My team.
Oh, okay.
And I came up with a little cute.
So you want a picture of everybody?
Yeah.
Here. Come on, guys, get this picture.
Yeah, everybody,
Come on, everybody.
Yeah.
Yes.
come up here real quick and get a picture.
Sam, copy.
I don't buy.
Will you take a picture? Will you take a picture though?
Yeah, I'll take
Okay. All right,
Yeah.
so everyone's got to squeeze in a little. Yeah.
Remember this is fun.
Okay, wait a minute.
Okay.
And which one do I hit? Yes.
Can you see Marty?
I think it's
I'm with you.
Hey, Marty, does Jane know
No.
what to put?
It's okay. Marty, the whole reason that
John, okay.
I'm up here is
Okay, you ready?
Marty.
Marty.
Come on, Marty.
Come on, Marty. Small people, come
Get
over.
in.
Don't take a terrible picture.
Don't cut Jimmy out.
No, I have reason.
Officially.
On three. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Okay.
Alright.
Let's see how those came out.
Marty.
Oh, I'm sure they'll be fine.
Oh, okay. The school's out, I was like, yeah, there you go, Laura. Together, and I'd like to drop it off here. Bye, Adam. Well.
You can't count very far, can you? Only go to the very.
Like, one screen.